Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 44 Stack. My name is Kelsey Coop Charles. Along with me, I got Dave, West Coast Dave. I'm sorry, I've got to get myself together tonight, gentlemen. And Antonio Bro Long Long. Fellas, how's it going tonight?
I don't know about
Hey,
y'all, but these allergies kicking my behind, so I'm gonna be a little laid back.
well,
But I ain't really got nothing until we get to college. I ain't really got nothing to talk about no way. So
me either. Not
you
yet.
know,
I got a lot
it,
to talk about college and Clemson though, so I'm gonna let the NFL stuff go.
yeah, yeah. We gonna go on and start with the NFL tonight. Kelsey, the
The
big news
South got something to say.
Yeah.
after after we finished up last week, the next day, Jerry decides he want to drop a bomb on us, and he trades away Michael Parsons. Kelsey, the floor is yours, baby.
All right, well, let me go ahead and set the tone. Thursday was feeling halfway decent about the season. Knew we weren't going to the Super Bowl, but we'd have a decent season. So on my way to the bowling alley, and then one of my homeboys hit me and said, he sent me the picture. I'm looking at Michael Parsons. I said, okay, well, maybe he's gonna play. And I see the sign. They traded him. So I proceeded to go to the bowling alley, talk to a couple of Dallas Cowboy fans. And I just took my frustrations down the lanes. 206, 236, 225. That was my set. So
That's hot.
it was
That's
bad.
hot.
I'm glad I
Yeah,
wasn't sitting on top of one of them pins right there. Shit, I'd have been knocked out.
That's hot there, boy.
I'm telling you, man, it's just I mean, we were playing a card game too. Even before I went to go bowl, I was picking up cards. You get a card inside, you get a strike. I was picking up cards and dropping them down, just going back and sitting down. But did some research. In the back of my mind, I always figured it was about money anyway, and about Jerry. But I did a little bit of research, and come to find out, things didn't have to go the way they went. I think there was fault to go around on both sides when it came to that. Um, Micah, I think as early as last season, he let Jerry know that his desire was to always be a Cowboy. He wanted to get things set squared away prior to. So March, Micah said it was a leadership meeting. Jerry said Micah called him, wanted to talk.
You
Uh-oh,
get a
you done
ball.
froze.
Yeah, okay. While we wait for Kels to come back,
Right.
there's a great it's long, but it's a
Yeah, he
great
does. He
article
does.
on ESPN
Yeah,
about it today.
yeah, yeah. He does hang things on a handshake. So comes down to it, Michael wanted Mulugeta to get involved. Jerry said, "No, we don't need him. We already took care of him." And the bottom line is, I mean, 4 years versus 5 years, the same deal he did with Dak. Same
Mhm.
dance. It's always the same thing. But when does it stop? Ego got involved in that one big time. I'm pretty sure Michael didn't want to play in the franchise tag. He would have been on them for another 3 years. But ego got involved in that. Not to say we were going to win a Super Bowl anyway. I saw something funny today. It said we were, I think, the number 10 defense. And after Michael left, we dropped down to number 21. Uh, Offense is sitting at about 16. One thing I did tell one of my homeboys today, Dak's gonna throw 4 touchdowns tomorrow. Now, all I'm gonna be to the same team, I don't know, but he's gonna throw four. But it's just the way of the Cowboys, and it's almost like for any rational person, it's hard to be a Cowboy. Stuff like this going on all the time. I understand it's business for Jerry, but if that's the case, talk to the man, be open, be transparent, say that. I heard even up to 2 hours before Michael got traded, he was trying to still remain a Cowboy. But money gets in the way, ego. They told him, hey, no, you can play, but you're gonna play in the franchise tag. You finish this year out, you tag it next year. That's play out the fifth option. That's what they say. But expectations for the
Coop, you're breaking up there, bro. See, can you get that fixed? Dave, we'll jump on this.
I was talking about there was a great ESPN article written about
Right.
this whole thing, and it's a long article. They took some time to write this, and it's a bunch of what Kel said.
Right.
It was miscommunication. Well, I don't think that was miscommunication. It's Jerry's way of doing things, and that's why the NFLPA today came in and said stop negotiating directly with players. They got on his butt today about that because you can't be doing that because
Right.
then you think you're going to be doing that and everybody else, and then this kind of thing happens. But also defensively, This goes back to what I said, because I don't watch Cowboys games a lot. But I've also said, because everybody started talking about Michael Parsons, y'all have made me now pay attention.
Right.
And when I paid attention, he really made no difference to me in the football. I think I told you that last year.
Yeah,
I watched him 3 times.
Yeah.
3 good times, 3 whole games. I've literally seen what they do is they run right at him. He can't stop the run at all. That's not his forte. He is an edge rusher. If
Correct.
you run right at him, he's not going to shed a block and then go for that tackle.
All of that, what you're saying, Dave, is correct.
Now, that is different from the negotiating tactics of Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones thinks he's this, but that's still, those are 2 separate things.
Right.
But to give up $20 million for 3 people,
you could have got
30 million for 3 people. Right. I don't know if I could.
You could have got this deal done last year at the end of the season and saved yourself probably $20-30 million. But if over the course of the deal.
You read the article. Jerry really committed to MICAH. MICAH was committed to Dallas.
Right. I'm always in the, because I got family that's Cowboy fans, I'm always in the Cowboy no. But here's the thing that everybody should be mad about. No, he ain't gonna improve the defense. He's not gonna make the defense that great. But here's the thing. He will have a bigger impact in Green Bay than he would in Dallas, only because in Dallas, you had to neutralize him. You already knew that. You had to neutralize him, and the best way to neutralize a great pass rusher, run right at him. If you can't play the run, that's going to be obvious real quick. That's what the 49ers did when they were dominating the Cowboys in the playoffs and in the regular season. So it is what it is. The other problem with Dallas is you turn around, you haggle with MICAH, then you turn around and give DeRon Bland a big contract. And DeRon Bland only benefited because of the fact Trayvon Diggs was on the other side. Now, he got hurt 2 years ago, okay? So he missed all of last year. So why are you paying him? See, it's just bad. It's bad. Jerry don't put his money where it needs to go. And that's part of the problem. And then because he waits till the last minute. I heard a reporter from Dallas. He said, this is part of the problem with the Cowboys. Dak has no business being the highest paid quarterback. That's just the bottom line, but that's because of Jerry. Jerry rated around. Really, fella brought it up. Now, this is Dallas Cowboy reporter. He said CD Lamb don't need the money that he get. Because if you think about it, he said, what game does CD Lamb change? If you think about it, he's not a Jamar Chase. He's not a Justin Jefferson. When you make
which neither one of them to me actually do nothing but get stats. It doesn't lead to actual winning. They just got a lot of numbers.
Well, they own
wide receivers for me. And T, this ain't. I know you. This ain't. But for that, if you ain't Jerry Rice, really, because hell, if everybody keep telling me Randy Moss is this, right? He's supposed to be. If you're not Jerry Rice and you ain't changing, or as soon as I go in the Super Bowl, that's the man I know I gotta stop. Really, a wide receiver? What? Why? I know I'm just not. Give me a Brown. What's that dude?
No. Don't you say Deion Branch? Don't you say Deion Branch?
No, not Deion. No, Brown. The other one. No, Brown.
Troy Brown.
The one from Philly. What was his name?
Oh, AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. You give me an AJ Brown. You give me a running game and build my line both sides. That's what I'm going for. Because to throw the ball downfield, them cats gonna get like 5 to 6 targets. And then what they start doing is forcing it, which then becomes interception central. And next thing you know, you throw yourself out the game. But Jamar Chase, he got 200 yards. Your man's in there, he got 200. And Cincinnati and Minnesota will be Cincinnati and Minnesota until the end of time with 2 wide receivers making $30 million, $40 million, whatever the heck they make. Whatever the exorbitant amount is that they make.
Well, here's the thing. You have to take a logical approach when you're paying your wide receivers. You don't want them to be high end because then if they high end, that gives the quarterback the feeling, oh, I got to get him the ball, But you want them to be productive and be good. AJ Brown fits with the Eagles better than anything. But really, the engine that makes the Eagles go is Devontae Smith. But you got to have that in order. It's the same thing with the Chiefs, with Rasheed Rice coming back.
Smith,
5'9",
5'10", don't get paid. He get paid, but he don't get paid.
No.
But the people who need to get paid, they pay, which is the interior, and which is the interior to me. And because man, I don't know what we have gotten away from. We always, and I think it's because we don't see them. It's the helmets. I'm putting it on these damn helmets. And because they don't come out in public and nobody really want to see a fat, out of shape person. When did we stop thinking about these lines? When did the left tackle stop being the highest paid? Why the man that's protecting the man ain't getting paid no more?
Well, the 4 spots in the NFL is quarterback, cornerback, left tackle, wide receiver. Only because running game has zero impact. Even though we know you can't win unless you run. No, I'm saying in the regular season. We know you can't win. You can't win unless you run the football. Okay. So they don't put the value on the running back the way that they should. Now, if you got a good tight end, I would say he probably 5th on that list, more so than a wide receiver, because tight end is good for moving the sticks. But you got to have an offensive coordinator that can take care of all of this. Because here go the thing. It don't matter how good a player you are. If your offensive coordinator is garbage, it don't matter. Now, Joe Burrow gets plenty of yards. Everybody loves Joe Burrow. But at the same time, they ain't winning no football game.
Yep.
They ain't winning no football game. And the same thing with Dallas. When you had Kellen Moore, you had the number 1 offense in the league, okay? But you couldn't stop a nosebleed because you ain't got nobody to play run defense. And in the NFC East, historically, let's just be real about it. You got to stop the run. I'm sorry. The NFC East.
Hey, hold up. Wait a second now. When Sean Lee was there for those 2 games a year, he stopped the run.
Sean Lee stayed hurt more than anything, Kelsey.
Like I said, when he was there them 2 games a year, he stopped.
And with MICAH playing, Dallas's run defense ranks near the bottom because they run straight at him.
Well, he run straight at him.
To really shed. He's not going to shed, number 1.
He ain't shedding no block.
He's shedding no block until he has no defensive lineman in front of him to actually, knock down the stick so he can have that free thing. So when you look at it, you get your sacks, your 12 or whatever this thing he's done for 4 years in a row, 5 years. I don't know how we pick these stats. 4 years in a row, right?
Well, because only
if you are
only
ranking last, if you ranking last in the division in the run, where the number 1 team got maybe the greatest running back that we have for our generation right now, you're gonna have problems. So this is why I say the Jerry Jones is, because he's so damn stupid, is overshadowing a good decision. But because he's just dumb, we never gonna look at like the overall business ramification. Because like you think about Myles Garrett getting paid, right? What does that mean for Cleveland? Nothing. He just got a lot of money.
He got a lot of money.
He's gonna be running around and doing something. And so when like I said, if you guys got a chance today, please read that ESPN article. And then when Jerry started breaking it down, he never was going to give the money. No. Because they started breaking it down when they started. Their run game was actually worse because they have nothing up there. And I don't know why. Hey, Kelsey, why y'all never draft defensive linemen no more, man?
Because, like I said, when we got those 2 late first-round draft picks from Jerry got, he's always going to go for the shiny toy. He's never going to go for what makes sense. He's the owner. He said he bought this team to run it, not to hand it over to somebody else. So he's making emotional decisions all the way around. And this is what it gets you.
Well, if y'all can't stop the run, though, I mean, that's fun. That's fundamental football. I don't care what. Yeah, I know the quarterbacks make all the money and whatever, but if you can run, if an average team can run about 120, 130 yards a game, you're going to dominate the football game. Exactly. It's not like we sitting here talking about you got to get 230. All you need is about 130 yards, and if you split that up between 3 different backs, you done had a pretty productive day.
You
See,
did
that's the thing.
damn good productive
Jerry,
day if you get
Jerry
120,
wants that
130
Ferrari.
yards.
That's it. Jerry wants that Ferrari. He don't want that Chevy truck. He don't want that Ford. He don't want that dog. He wants that
But
Ferrari.
I don't
But
understand why
then he
Jerry's like
shuffles
that
out
because
Quincy
Jerry
Carter.
had that back in the day.
But then he shuffles out Quincy Carter at quarterback back in 2000. If you like this shiny, why you giving me Q Carter then?
Well, he didn't have anything to deal with back then, so he did what it was. But I mean, during the time when Romo finally realized he could live to play another down when they were actually running DeMarco Murray. I thought we had a
Right.
pretty good chance then. I mean, that's good run defense. DeMarco had what, some 1,800 some yards that year.
Yeah.
I mean, you get 120, 130, and a couple 200-yard games. It was balanced. You didn't see the Romo that you saw past making those boneheaded decisions, those bad mistakes. You know, now still don't understand how they couldn't beat a hobbled Aaron Rodgers in that game, but hey, it is what it is. But that's what you want. You're right. That's what you want to see. Like with the Pittsburgh.
Was that my second year here? Was that my second year in Seattle? When y'all came here and y'all could have won it on that field goal and
when he dropped the
I think that was our second year here. Yeah.
Yeah, shoot straight tackle, yeah.
And I said only Dallas. This can only happen to the Cowboys right now. That was crazy.
You know, the thing about the Cowboys right now, if you want to equate it to anything, and this is our generation for sure, they the bad news bears.
Yeah.
That's what they are. You know, they gonna be good enough to be relevant, but they never gonna be you ain't got to worry about them past the first Sunday in January. I just be honest with you. You ain't never got to worry about them past first Sunday in January.
No, we're going to Galveston. That's where we're going. That's what Charles about to say. Galveston. That's where we're gonna be at.
Well, but Kelsey, here's the thing, and y'all can control some of this just because y'all the biggest fan base in the league. Y'all continue to pay the money. Y'all go out there to the palace and everything. Y'all buy. Y'all always rank within the top in merchandise and whatever. As long as Jerry's doing this, Jerry don't care. Y'all won't, and I honestly believe y'all won't get better until something happens to Jerry, and honestly, something happened to Steven. Because I think Steven's going to be the same way.
I think he just waiting to get his inheritance, man.
Yeah. Well, I know y'all said he don't want to mess up the money.
He got to go the line to get that inheritance, man.
I know he don't want to mess up the money, but what has Stephen Jones did? I know Jerry is the overshadow and whatever, but what has Stephen Jones did in his time being president of the Cowboys to make you feel confident?
What did Daddy told him to do?
He was neutered.
Yeah.
He can't do anything. See, he's a figurehead, man. Yeah. He is like if me and you went into Timbuktu and installed a shadow government at the behest of the United States regime. We would set up some puppets. That's what Stephen Jones is. He's a puppet figure. That's exactly, and I want to say this because this can be true too. I don't hate on that because if I'm in line to inherit billions, I'm gonna be a master puppet too. I'm gonna say who's my marionette, and
yeah, exactly.
I be Pinocchio.
But you know what? But here's the thing, and this is what you need to look at. It's gonna be just like, even though the Lakers just sold for $10 billion. Here's the thing: the relevance of the Cowboys, the relevance of the Lakers is going to continue to fall by the wayside if you don't start producing. Cowboys are who they are not because of what they did recently. They are who they are because of what they did in the 70s and what they did in the 90s. That's the only reason.
Before you include my Lakers in that, we win a title every 10 years. I get tired of people dumping them. Every 10 years, either the Lakers win a title or we get the next superstar. I know folks hate. I know this is so disappointing to people who, like I say, they can't realize or don't understand. But like I told my son and me and my glorious aunt talk when I come home, shout out to all the long ladies. They are some beautiful, lovely aunts. Every 5 to 10 years, we're either going to win a title or get the next star. Jerry ain't won a title since 96. Don't let me go back and name the title since 96. I just want to leave that alone.
Well, Jerry bought that title, but and I will argue that.
We won at least 5 years ago. That cat ain't won since 96. So it's like birds and it's like oranges and apples, they say. You're trying to throw in the apples with the oranges when we got some cherries and peaches over here, man.
You got to understand the mind of Jerry. If we win a division title, that's like a Super Bowl to Jerry. I hate to say it like that, but that's something he can build off of.
But all that means is one more home game.
That's true.
18. You get the 18.
But that ain't but one more home game though, bro.
But look at the revenue behind that. Jerry is a money-making machine. You get one more home game. That's all he wants. But if you do that, we got something to build on. It's a business for Jerry. He wants to win, but he really doesn't want to win like that.
But you know, Kelsey, he says that now.
He want to win.
Yeah, before.
Yeah, I think he says that now.
And if he gets close to the end, he'll do the right thing. But right now, as long as he's still kicking and able to make decisions, do this thing, that thing, other thing, he doesn't care. He wants to see another chip before he closes his eyes. But as long
he ain't gonna. He might well close his eyes because he ain't gonna see another chip. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'm gonna say in my next 4 or 5. Here comes this. That's when you gonna see Steven take over. That's when you're gonna see the difference.
Because
it'll start making too much sense, and then you'll know he's not doing it anymore.
Well, let me explain how the Packers fleeced the Cowboys. Let's just be you got Kenny Clark, but let's remember something. If the Packers do what they expected to do, them 2 first-round picks gonna be after 26 at least. So that means you're not getting
after 26.
After 26. What I'm saying is those gonna be picked 27, 28, 29. Because if the Packers live up to the expectations, it's gonna be late in the round when they pick it. And I understand it's first round, but the thing is,
first round,
what the Cowboys did.
What first round pick does Jerry made to make sense? So it don't matter if he picked it first or 31st. It don't matter if he picked it second or 32nd.
He picked Mike.
Who was your last first round pick, Kels? Who was your last first round pick?
Who they picked this year?
Smith, Taco Charlton, Marvin Smith.
Ooh,
those are the last middle of the pack first rounders.
Ooh, yeah. Y'all messed up with Taco Charlton, bro. That was a wasted pick. I could have told you that. That's a Michigan man.
And Mozzie. Yeah. And then we took it was years ago when Alex Barron was on the clock.
Yeah.
On the table. We took I think that's the Peterson draft. He went with Woozy. Was it Woozy? No, it was what's the man name? I see him, I can't remember. But LSU cat. He never panned out.
I remember the one you're talking about.
Cincinnati. And he showed out. So my thing is, when has Jerry made a sensible first round pick?
The last good first round pick Jerry Parker made, other than MICAH.
MICAH is a first rounder.
MICAH is a first rounder. Other than MICAH, I'm trying to think who.
I got time. Let's talk.
I'm thinking. I don't know.
None of them offensive linemen were first round.
No.
Well,
I gotta take
Tyron Smith was the first round.
Who?
Tyron Smith was the first round. Yeah.
Tyron Smith, that was the last one. Yeah.
He was the last. And he came from SC, and you know SC do tackles. So I mean you can't fault that. That's a good pick. Jared probably didn't.
Other than that, who?
I'm thinking. I'm at a loss right now because really,
like I said,
really, y'all hadn't, because I think CD was a second rounder, right?
No, CD was first. He was late.
CD was first. He was late first though.
He dropped in the first.
He was like 22, somewhere between 22 and 25.
Like yeah, because I think we just won the division that year. We got him. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're right.
So that pick, that don't matter.
It don't.
I mean,
well, here go the thing. What's the outlook for tomorrow then?
Now, what's going to be crazy about tomorrow? Let me say one thing, Kels. Watch what's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Dallas going to mess around and beat Philly, and then everybody's going to be like, what's wrong with Philadelphia? I just got that feeling that tomorrow Dallas is going to mess around because professional football, anybody can win. Tomorrow, watch what happens. Philly's going to drop this game and still going to be good for the season, but you know how the overreactions come in.
Right. It's going to be more
what's the matter with Philly and Dallas? You make the right trade, but it's going to be more of a good thing than a bad thing. That's going to happen tomorrow. That seems like it's setting up for that narrative. Now, will Philly crush Dallas the second time? You're damn right.
Of course.
But this first time, just because I can see Dallas, actually, what's the point? What's the spread?
It was 7.5. It was 7.5 earlier.
Yeah, see, and if Dallas get beat, they're going to get stomped. So, If they get beat, it's going to be by more than 7.5.
Well,
but I'm going to win by a field goal just because it's going to be stupid.
The spread jumped after the trade because it was down as low as 6. And after the trade, that's when it jumped.
The defense was ranked number 10. And when Michael left, it dropped down to 21.
Right.
Their offense was sitting at 14. That hadn't changed. But I tell anybody, Dak is going to throw 4 touchdowns tomorrow. Now, with all of them, I don't know. Is it either going to be 1 or 2?
2 of them going to be in green.
Yeah.
He's going to throw one.
He's going to throw one to Jalen Hurts while Jalen's standing in the end zone. Chilling.
Exactly.
I got a question, though. Kelsey, who is y'all running back?
Javonte Williams.
And who is that?
Yup.
Javonte Williams.
I'm ready to talk about Clemson now. Yup.
Yeah, we can go ahead. Yep. Yeah.
Y'all gonna let Maffa play?
The Maffa, he's still hurt, I think.
Okay.
I think he made the roster.
He's been hurt for 3 years.
Man, Maffa been hurt since he got on campus.
I swear, man, Maffa been hurt for 3. Every time I get excited, this cat been hurt for 3 years.
He been hurt for 3 years. I mean, since he got on campus, man.
Yeah, they love him in Dallas, though. I mean, so I hope.
I heard positive things about him. It's just he hurt.
As soon as he get hit, you won't hear about it again.
Right.
Next year. That's it.
Okay, Dave. Let's jump to the Bucs. How you feeling?
I lost early. Well, no. I'm gonna tell you what the Bucs will do. They'll win your first 3 and then go on that 3 to 4 game losing streak, and then they got to come back and try to figure out. So I can see the first 2 wins. Next, they're gonna go through that 3 game losing streak.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, and I see the record being we got 17 now, right? So
17. I feel like 11
9-8 or 10-7.
I actually see 11-6. The question is Sunday they start with the Falcons. Yes. And right now the Falcons got their number.
Yes.
You know, with Kirk Cousins or with Michael Penix.
Well, Penix didn't play, and that's what I'm going to bank on. You got a rookie quarterback starting his first game in the NFL. So we'll see what happens. Unless they go with I'm going to give it to Bijan 50 times a game. But
are we going to see Kyle Pitts?
It's an APB. I don't own it, made it. Ain't nobody seen Kyle Pitts since he left Florida.
What happened to Kyle Pitts?
Since he left Florida. It's been that bad. And that's one of the things I think a lot of the national pundits are putting on, you know, if not now, when. You know, Kyle, I mean, you got a quarterback. You have no excuse. Okay. You got 2 great receivers. You got a running game. You got a 3-headed monster at running game. So if you can't get open, that's on you. You know,
and you got Ray.
Right. And then my biggest issue with the Falcons though is can they get a pass rush? Because if they can't get a pass rush, it ain't gonna matter. That's what did them in last year, and that's what gonna continue to do them in. The Falcons got a lot of turnovers last year, but they defense.
But I don't think they need that because I'm gonna go with Kelsey on this. Baker Mayfield gonna throw 3 touchdowns. One of them is not gonna be to a Tampa Bay Buccaneer though.
It's gonna be somebody.
It'll be to somebody because when Baker throws an interception, them shits be game-ending interception. So here you go. Baker will throw 3 touchdowns tomorrow, and I'm going with Kelsey. One of them is going to be to the Falcons.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I kind of feel like this game, you know, I think the last 2 times they didn't play, it's been upper 20s, lower 30s the last 2 times they didn't play. It's going to be a shootout, just from the standpoint. But if the Falcons need to take this, now we'll get into it when we get in the schedule, but it's some games, you better get a leg up this week because they putting you in, the schedule makers put you in a bad situation from the start. And if you mess around and you ain't coming out and you ain't ready, it's going to hurt you in the long run. Same thing. Let's go to the Panthers. Let's go on and get that out the way.
Hold on. I got one question for that, though.
What you got?
Raheem on the hot seat? Is Raheem on the hot seat after this year if he doesn't produce? Or are they going to give him a chance to do what he needs to do?
If he gets to the playoffs this year, they'll keep him.
Okay.
If he don't, they're going to say we are in win now mode and we're going to need somebody that can turn this into win now. But I don't know of a coach like that anymore. And old boy ain't leaving the Rams. So I don't know of a coach that can immediately come in. There's none of them left.
Yeah.
I really feel like there's none of them left. And the ones that are left, they're not leaving their teams.
Well,
no.
The thing about Raheem, and I'm gonna be honest, at the end of the year last year when they lost them 2 games when they could have got in the playoffs, that was all Raheem. That wasn't on the offense, wasn't on the defense. That was him making poor decisions in the game situations. I've never been a fan of Raheem, even when he was 10-6 his first go around down in Tampa. I just thought he lacked something. And you know, he stands there. He's one of those. Now I don't want you to be a rah-rah guy, but you can't, when stuff go wrong, you can't just be so calm that you know you can't do that. At some point, you got to say something. And the thing about it is, we watch the Falcons because you know we watch it because of the fact this is South, and then on top of that, you know we see them twice a year either way. And the Falcons have a lot of talent. They just need somebody to put it together.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know. Those coaches don't exist anymore.
No, because
those like team builders. Like I know if I get him in a year or two, we go. It's just and those ones that are like I said, they're not leaving their teams.
They're not leaving their team. I mean, you talking about the McVays, you talking about the Tomlins, you talking about the Andy Reeds. You know, those are the type coaches.
The Harbaughs, they're not leaving.
Yeah, they're not going nowhere. You know, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. With Harbaugh, but you know, with the Panthers, Cornelius let them trade Adam Thielen. I didn't think that was a good move just because when Bryce started playing better, Thielen was his go-to person last year. And I know Jimmy Horn had an outstanding camp. But I mean, you're playing against vanilla defenses. So this is on Xavier Legette to show out. Tate McMillan, show out. I forgot what the other guy, Coker. Yeah, that's him. They got to show out because you cut Hunter Renfrow, you let Thielen go to the Vikings. I'm not enamored with the Panthers tight ends, and then the Panthers still their biggest problem is they can't play defense. You know, one of the things the Panthers were always built on is defense, and right now,
I think Horn is better than Thielen now. I'm going to say that. I know it's controversial, but they did that. You watched Horn. I've watched Horn. Thielen has to be at his maximum.
Right.
To be Horn. Horn at 75% can be Adam Thielen.
Well, but here go the problem I had.
Horn woke up and had Adam Thielen's talent. He stabbed his damn self.
Well, the thing about Adam
Thielen is back with Carolina. They signed him back.
And if Horn woke up with love Hunter Renfrow to death. But again, if I'm Horn and I woke up with Hunter Renfrow's talent, I'd probably stab myself to death. Well, I'd have suicidal tendencies.
Well, I hate to say it like this, but you need a possession receiver.
Horn can do that though. You've seen him do that.
I've seen him do this, but here go the thing. Jimmy Horn has played the majority of his snaps in the preseason against second and third team defenses. Can he get off of press coverage? We don't know that yet. We won't know that till Sunday. The other thing about it is, I think the left tackle for the Panthers, he's still up in the air. So if he ain't there to protect Bryce, you know, Bryce ain't the biggest fella in the world. So, you know, this can go sideways. And then there's a lot of expectations in Jacksonville for this game. The Panthers need to win this game. You cannot lose this game. If you lose this game, it's going to put you in a bad situation.
And the same thing you saying about the Panthers, same thing for Jacksonville. They can't lose this game.
They cannot lose this game.
Exactly. Yeah, this is gonna be two teams that they can't lose these. They can lose them, but you know
they can lose them. But for the long term of this year, this is gonna put you in a bad situation. And we already see now. When we get to the schedule, you're gonna realize there are some games on this schedule that has lasting impact. First game of the year. There is no patsies and cupcakes. These games is gonna cause problems when it's all said and done. I'm gonna talk about the Steelers. Don't lose to the Jets. I'm just gonna say it. Don't lose to the Jets. If you lose to the Jets, the season is over.
Yeah, they're gonna beat them 9-7, but they won't lose.
But I'm saying from the standpoint, don't lose this game. Justin Fields has everything for this game. Aaron Rodgers, don't go in there trying to be no superhero. Trying to show the Jets this is what you missed out on. Jets.
No, they won't do that. He won't do that.
Aaron Glenn, I think it's going to be a great hire for the Jets. But when it's all said and done, I'm just going to be honest. They still the Jets, okay? Jets haven't been good since I was 1, okay? Let's be real. Since I was 1.
Even Curtis Martin.
Soon to be 53. Huh? What's that, cool?
Curtis Martin years. Even the Curtis Martin years, they weren't good.
Did they win?
Yeah, some moderate success.
Did they win?
Yeah, some moderate success.
They made the AFC Championship, but I think Steelers sent them home once. The Colts sent them home once.
If you want a Super Bowl or bust, no.
No, I'm just saying the Rex Ryan years was the highlight of the last 50 years for the Jets. The Rex Ryan years. I'm bypassing the Richard Todd sack exchange years of the 80s.
I'm about to say, I'm a Gastineau dude.
Look at you. They ain't win that.
Years, man.
You lost to David Woodley and the Miami Dolphins. I don't have to say nothing else. You lost to David Woodley and not Dan Marino, not Don Strock. You lost to David Woodley and the Miami Dolphins. I don't need to say
Klecko in the Hall of Fame. Anybody know?
Is who?
Klecko in the Hall of Fame.
Klecko just went in last year.
Okay, because I'm about to write a write-in campaign.
Yeah, now Gastineau still hadn't made it, but Klecko got in last year.
Yeah, because he
got CTE. So that ain't gonna happen. All right, so season starts tomorrow. Who you picking for tomorrow? Do the Eagles come out and dominate, or do the Eagles come out and just win?
I'm gonna stick with my thing. I got Dallas winning by 3.
Yeah, Cowboys win.
I got Cowboys winning by 3 because I just think something stupid gonna happen tomorrow. And like I said, it's gonna set up the narrative for the rest of the seasons for both teams.
Well, Dallas will win a game they're not supposed to win, and then stuff they're supposed to win, they'll lose. They're good in the division. Now, anybody outside the division, they're not gonna win. But in the division, it's toss-up. Just depends on what team you get.
And that's another thing. I hate saying that. Yep.
They show up, they're gonna be good. But if not, it's gonna be a long year.
But the thing is, if you show up and you play well, the overreaction Friday morning is gonna be ridiculous. I ain't prepared for that. I ain't prepared.
And your brother gonna be calling me. Yes, I mean either. But
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear
it. I got a feeling.
I'm promising here on this podcast. As a diehard Cowboys fan. If we win, I'm not saying nothing. I know to be quiet.
Oh, please.
I'm not saying the word.
You might well be like the rest of them, because the rest of them gonna talk trash. They'll be all on my timeline come Friday morning, because they already know I'm a world-class Cowboy hater.
I'm not gonna say.
I just found out everybody on the Steve Harvey Morning Show is Cowboys fans. I didn't know all of them like the Cowboys like that.
Well, they spent all that time when they was in Dallas when they was doing the show originally, so that's why that's where that come from. Steve, they ain't got nobody to cheer for. They from Ohio. Who?
Oh well, no. Steve will tell you. He said, "Man, all I had was the Browns." So I
right. Who you gonna cheer for? All right, Friday night, the Chiefs. Now, this is what I hate. This is a big game in the division. This game should not be played in Brazil. But Friday night, you got the Chiefs and the Chargers in Brazil.
You know why it can't be played in America, right?
Why?
The Friday night rule about high school football. That's how, each one of the leagues has a carve-out.
Right. You're right.
So they can stay a monopoly. The law is you cannot have a game in America on Friday night because
until after December 1st, I believe. Yeah.
There you go.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. But at the same time, this game is too critical to be played outside of the United States. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, the Eagles and the Packers had a great opening game, but Jordan Love got hurt because the field ain't up to snuff. This is and I know all of this is about money. So before we even get started, it's all about the money. But at the same time, you are hindering yourself, because whoever loses this game Friday night is already behind the 8 ball, because that division is going to be pretty decent. Even the Raiders might be a problem.
Oh, Carol will coach you to 500. Now, I'm gonna tell you that right. Pete gonna get you either you're gonna be one game below, but probably you're gonna be a game above or right at 5. He gonna coach you to 500.
He gonna get you there, and then you gotta look at it like this. Here, Genty already looked like the second coming of Marshawn. Already.
And Geno said they wrote a check that he wasn't ready to cash when they called it his. I love that saying.
Look at the Raiders might not win, but maybe Sam. I give them Sam 8 games, but the Raiders gonna be a problem. And just because they the Raiders, they got a coach now. Finally, they got a coach.
He gonna play defense. Oh, you gonna play defense with Pete?
Oh yeah, you gonna pay for Pete.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Sunday games, Cardinals and the Saints. How bad is Kyler? How bad is Kyler going?
Oh, already, I got to. Yeah, I don't even need to make you know.
How bad is Kyler? Kyler might start the year off 400 and 100. What you think?
Long as he throwing to Marcus Harrison Jr., I'm good with it.
Like I say,
for a wide receiver.
400 and 100. I see that already. Because the Saints, I watched them 3 times during the preseason. The Saints are terrible.
Spencer Rattler, is he starting?
Spencer Rattler is starting.
Yep. 400 and 100. What'd you say, T?
400 and 100.
That's it. I got 400 and 100.
400 and 100. He gonna pass for 400. He gonna run for 100. They got nothing on defense. They got nothing on offense. They are legitimately the worst team in the NFL.
The only thing they got on offense is Alvin Kamara. That's all you got. They're gonna hone in on him. Easy.
Bro, he ain't took a snap. He ain't took a snap the whole preseason. So if he gonna go out there Sunday and think he gonna be okay, nah, bro, that ain't working like that.
Is Thomas is out, right?
Thomas is out.
Okay.
What about Olave?
Olave's there, but I mean, you got a quarterback can't throw past 5 yards, bro.
His name is Spencer Rattler, Kel.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Yeah. Well, number one, he started for the fake USC, so that is why I want them to lose every game, and I want him to go for 5 and 150.
Well, look at the little boy that they got in the draft this year. He worse.
Who Slough
or whatever. He couldn't hit the he couldn't hit the ocean if he was standing in it, bro.
Oh, he look a lot like Archie Manning.
We gonna talk about that too. Okay. Raiders are at the Patriots Sunday. This is an interesting matchup just because you want to see what Pete gonna come up with, and actually you want to see what Vrabel doing with the Patriots. So this is an interesting matchup.
It's not hard for me. I got the Raiders. I think Pete Carroll is better at what Vrabel does than Vrabel is.
I think Vrabel gonna try to run the football too much and not unleash Drake May. I think that's gonna be the biggest problem because that's how Vrabel coaches, man. He is a Belichick clone. Period.
I mean, Pete Carroll did the same thing though.
Yeah, you're right. Steelers play the Jets. Like I say, don't lose this game. Don't lose this game. That's all I'm gonna say. Giants play the Commanders. This ought to be interesting. Giants, people are talking about the Giants defense like, this Carl Banks and Lawrence Taylor and Harry Carson. I know they're good. They got some good players. Front seven is stout. They offense leave a lot to be imagined because you're playing Russ, okay? You're not playing Jackson Dart. I would be more concerned if Jackson Dart was starting this game, but you're playing Russ, okay?
What's his name? The coach?
Dayball.
Man, as long as he coaches, they're going to lose.
Well, he's supposed to be a quarterback guru. You know how that goes.
Yeah, okay.
That's what he was supposed to be now. I'm just going by what the real pundits say because, we just 3 fellas that do this on the week, every week. So I'm just going by that. Panthers, Jaguars, we already talked about it. Trevor Lawrence got to show up. If he don't, it starts the downward trend of him getting shipped out of Jacksonville, which probably ain't a bad thing. I take him in Pittsburgh all day long.
He'll be your backup. Lawrence is damaged goods now, man. I'm telling you, as a starter, he will be good to get you to. He is a bridge quarterback to me. I had all.
How you go from the number 1 pick to a bridge quarterback, bro?
No, how you be a number 1 pick and then go rob folks' houses or 2 pick? What was the Washington State dude name that got drafted ahead of Peyton or with Peyton? I'm right out here with that.
That was Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf. Yeah. So hey. Stranger things have happened.
But I think what ruined Trevor was Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer had no business getting that job. No business. What ruined
Trevor was his at the middle of his sophomore year on. Come on,
Mhm.
I got a man.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
Trevor Lawrence benefited
Mhm.
from all them good wide receivers.
Uh-huh.
Then when they
I got
left, he had to
I
be
gotta
a
agree.
quarterback.
I
Trevor
gotta agree with
Lawrence has
Dave.
never made, like, I look at a throw and say, God damn.
And you can see
You know
that
how
in the
you see a
LSU
fine girl
championship
walk by
game.
and you be like, God damn.
Well, now in the
I ain't never
championship
seen a
game,
goddamn
now,
over
everybody was chucking and ducking in the championship game. That LSU
I think
team, in 2019, I put on the same level as 2001 Miami. And
yeah,
to
but
me,
I
2001
gotta go.
Miami is the greatest football team ever assembled.
I got to go back to what Dabo was saying though. I remember he said in the interview he was joking, but it solidified what I was already thinking. When he was talking about he was raving on Trevor Lawrence. He was like, yeah, Trevor's throwing these balls and these receivers are jumping way up in there to go get them. And Dad was like, man, Trevor, quit playing. Why don't you throw the ball where they can catch it? But to Dave's point, it's almost like Flacco when he had his championship run. Now they had a great defense, but on offense, some wide receivers were making Flacco look good. They were going to get that ball, and that's just
Flacco
what
got
happened with Ross.
paid.
That was Ross and Higgins. I mean, they were
Yeah.
going to get that ball. They were going to get it. And if you look at the LSU game, even though, I'm not taking anything away from LSU, Trevor overthrew a whole lot in that
Well,
game.
whole lot.
A
well,
whole lot.
let's also be honest. LSU's offense, all them fellas is in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true. But
All
And
of them.
all of our offense is
had
pretty much
Trevor
in the
landed,
NFL.
had Trevor landed some of those and brought those home, it would have been a much closer game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
I mean,
that's hindsight,
It's like
but
we didn't have the lead in the game up until
exactly.
to the third quarter, right? The
Third quarter, yeah.
So there's no thing like they blew us out. They blew us out at the start of Trevor Lawrence's downhill trajectory. And the defense just couldn't keep up with Chase and the rest of them. But that game started Trevor Lawrence's downward. Matter of fact, it was before that. It was the Syracuse game, all the way up and through.
Yeah,
that's why
I agree with that.
Trust people
I agree with that.
One.
I agree with that one. The Syracuse game was a downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Will you ever remember him throwing to somebody while they were in stride? All I ever see is
high school.
I see you. I see you with the Mahorski.
Well, it wasn't until what's called them was gone.
This is how you were with Tom Mahorski at quarterback, T-Long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
you had to use all of that leaping ability and all of that speed to get because Tom Mahorski couldn't throw for shit. But then when you got KC back there, I'm looking at you Spring Valley, and we get 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was a different story.
See, you done lived through it. Todd versus Kelly. And let me know how you adapted. I know you loved you didn't have to go up in the air 10 feet, catch the ball in and crack in your ribs as opposed to when Kelly threw it. And I do remember the 4 touchdowns against Spring Valley. You was in stride, my boy. You was killing them.
Hey, Bo, I was doing it. Ain't no lie about that. I was doing that.
That's the difference.
That makes a big difference.
I was having my Al Bundy moment then, Bo.
And you was like this with Kelly. Look. You was like this with Todd. Go gadget, everything. Leg, arm, neck, and head. You go gadget T-Long.
Oh, he had a mean vertical on the field.
He had to go gadget. Oh, he always had a mean vertical. I think at 3 years old, I saw him dunk. I think it was 3.
You said 3?
Yeah, because Rick had a beard at 5.
Yeah.
And I think Ricardo had a beard at 5, and I think you dunked for the first time at 4.
Okay. That sounds about right. All right. We got the Bengals and the Browns. Does it really matter?
No. Nets, I hated it.
Yeah, that's what I know. That's what I say. The Bengals at the Browns doesn't really matter. You got Bucks Falcons. That's the last 1 o'clock game in the window. Like we already said, this is an important game for both teams. Don't screw this up. Either team. Don't screw this up because this gonna have lasting impact. 4 o'clock games, 49ers and Seahawks. I want to see what the Seahawks look like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting any faith in the 49ers. I don't think Brock Purdy is the answer. I think the 49ers didn't got a little long in the tooth. They don't have that fire they used to have. 49ers used to be a bunch of thugs, man. I just don't see it in them.
They used to tackle you on offense.
Right. Right. I just don't see that in the 49ers right now. And that's going to put them in a bad situation. Kind of interesting game. I want to see what the Broncos do with the Titans. Not because I think the Titans going to win, but just see what can the Broncos hold under expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lose this game to the Titans, because you lose this game to the Titans, it's going to be a problem. The big game on Sunday afternoon is the Lions and the Packers. Will MICAH play? We don't know.
But yeah,
He
gonna get that shot.
I know he playing. I'm just saying. I know he playing. But the key to this game is Packers. The Lions have dominated you the last couple of years. You need to make the trucker cry the first game. Ain't that right, Dave?
Sir, make his ass cry.
Make the trucker cry the first game.
The crying truck driver. Boo hoo hoo.
But you know what? This is one of the things I don't think nobody really talking about. You lost both your coordinators. This is gonna hurt.
Exactly.
This is gonna hurt, man. And I've said
what's their identity gonna be?
Right. And I said it last year. When you blew that game to the 49ers in the NFC Championship game, that did you in. You never go and recover from that. That was your opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, and you blew it.
Because really, how many years can he keep this up?
You can't.
You're gonna have a whole new team in 2 more years.
You can't, because you think about it. Jared Goff has been great because of his coordinators. He had McVay. He put up a lot of yards with McVay. When he went to Detroit, he put up a lot of yards with Johnson. We don't know who this new guy is, but you're gonna have to show something, you know.
But even though he had good coordinator, he was still subject to the
that five interception game last year.
Yeah, he's still subject to the same Prescott and Mayfield rule too. Yes, he would put one out there.
Yeah, what was the game he had? The 5 interceptions last year. Was that the Minnesota game?
That was the Minnesota.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was the Minnesota game last year in Minnesota. Right. He threw 5 interceptions. I mean, you can't do that and think you're going to be championship level worthy. The next game is the Texans and the Rams. If Matt Stafford is healthy, now this is an intriguing game because the Texans defense is ferocious. Okay, if they can go in there and win this game, they already set themselves up as probably the 3rd seed in the AFC. And that's only because until somebody beat the Chiefs, I got to see it first. And then it's between Buffalo and the Ravens for the 2nd seed. We already know Lamar gonna come up short. And then you don't know what Buffalo gonna do. Sean McDermott holding on to his job, but he coaching for his job this year. All right.
What was you said with here going a hot take? Bryce, what's the quarterback for the Texans? The young
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud peaked his rookie year. You heard it here first.
But you know what?
CJ Stroud peaked his rookie year.
He peaked his rookie year, but I'm gonna give him credit because he's gotten the Texans to the playoffs 2 years in a row. His first 2 years, they went to the playoffs. And prior to that, with Deshaun, I think they had only been to the playoffs once in 5 or 6 years. So I kind of give him a little bit of credit. He throws a beautiful ball. The only problem with them is the defense is so great. I think the offense has to be supportive of that this year. Because they hung tough last year. But, you know, when you run into the Chiefs, that's a different beast. You just got to understand how that is. So it is what it is. Sunday night, we got Ravens-Bills in Buffalo. I heard Freddie and Harris said it today. Lamar has only beaten Buffalo once since he's been in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a regular season game. He's going to beat the shit out of them.
But I'm just saying, he's only beaten them once. Buffalo and Pittsburgh have winning records against Lamar.
Yeah, but they not Pittsburgh. I'm not even gonna give that to Buffalo.
Know that, Buffalo, but what I'm saying
Buffalo claim to fame is losing.
What I'm saying is, you got to get to a point where these are the teams you got to beat to get there. And if you're not beating Buffalo and you're not beating the Steelers, and you definitely not beating the Chiefs because you hadn't done it yet. So those are the three that you got to get around. And then I can pretty much promise you they're gonna have a shootout game with the Bengals at least in Baltimore or in Cincinnati because that's what's gonna happen. All right, and then we finish up this week NFL Monday night with the Vikings and the Bears. Waiting to see what the new look Bears look like.
That's gonna stink.
Honestly, want to see what the new look Vikings look like.
ECU. Why won't you give me the Bills and Ravens to end the night off? You give me the damn Bears and the Vikings to end the night?
Well, that's only because of the coaching. But what you really should have gave us for Monday night, you should either gave us the Lions and the Packers or the Texans and the Rams. That's what you should have gave us for Monday night. That would have been a better way to start the season.
Some better game than Minnesota and Chicago.
It's old school, man. It's old school. You know how that go.
Man, Randy Moss ain't walking back through that door.
We know that.
Mike Dicker ain't walking back through that door, and the refrigerator can't fit through a damn door.
Well, so, we ain't Super Bowl shuffling, so we already know, the Bears have zero chance.
We got people who ain't walking back in the door. We got cats who can't even fit through a door. What we got going on?
No Keith Millard, no Chris Dolman, no
no Roy Rivera.
No Ahmad Rashad.
Man.
All right, so let's move to college.
Marshall, I feel for you, dog. Go ahead.
Well, maybe once the Bears move out of Soldier Field in the next 3 years, maybe it'll get better. Maybe.
They're moving, or they gonna renovate?
They get a new stadium. They're building the stadium out in the suburbs. It ain't gonna be the same, but I mean the Bears need a new stadium, man. That stadium is almost, I want to say 60 or 70.
Oh yeah.
So they need a new stadium.
Project was under that stadium.
Right. All right. So let's go to college. Let's talk about the Clemson game. Dave, kick it off.
All right, here we go. Dabo and them. I'm going back to being a Clemson fan of this, where I'm looking at him and I got to start having that, man, when you get back there, I am going to be ready. I'm not starting out, you're going to get there, and then I'm going to just watch because that's dead. I'm going to go back to this quarterback development thing. You've had 3 5-stars now. The one after Trevor, DJ, last name, I can't even say it. I can barely even say my damn first name. So that's no disrespect. You fail. You got them, Tyler, you fail. We got a damn wide receiver at running back. How come nobody ain't tell me that? And we expected to win a national championship? If it ain't work for Cornell Patterson, it ain't gonna work for Randy. The defense, Tom Allen, hats off to you, man. Y'all stayed in the game for as long as you could stay in the game. But Ewers and Manning and they're the same. But one is a freshman, or what they burned his red shirt. This dude is and if I looked at both of them, they look the same. Overthrowing right. Thank you for sending that, T, because overthrowing wide receivers, reading the wrong routes. I saw when was open for that touchdown. That same play, you don't throw it there, you just go scramble. Right. When the game starts, every big game is too big of a game for him.
You're exactly right.
So I think I'm gonna have to go back to my years with Woody Dantzler and them, where you were good. I'm even go back to right before the run happened. What's that man's name?
Delon Green?
No, right before the run. Right before
Kelly Bryant.
Quarterback name?
Kelly Bryant.
No, before Deshaun.
Before Deshaun.
Oh, you talking about you're talking about Taj Boyd.
Taj Boyd.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like the Taj Boyd, Woody Dantzler. I knew you were good, but you weren't gonna make it. And if you made it, I'd have been happy and shocked. So that's what I'm gonna have to go with now. You're not gonna make it, but boy, I'm gonna look at it, and if you do, I'm gonna be happy because playing Troy, the rest of this season don't matter for me for Clemson. That is the sad part about this loss, because I've been through that dance before. You didn't give me the right kiss the first time. If you was a girl, you ain't give me no tongue. So now, this time I go around, I thinking I might get the tongue, and I still get a peck on the damn cheek.
Oh my God. Okay.
So to avoid having the blue blank syndrome, what I'm gonna have to do is just pull back and go back to my Woody Dansler, Kenny Flowers, them years, and just hope for the best, but knowing it ain't probably gonna end the way I want it. That's it.
Well, I feel like they're gonna make the playoffs. The problem is they ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, first round out. Yes. If Florida State played with that passion, they played with Saturday team and Cal, they gonna mop. Miami and Florida State ain't win on talent. They won on straight aggression.
Well, now I'll say this about now. Florida State was hyped for the game. I don't think that's realistic. Florida State, okay. I just gonna be honest. I don't think that's realistic.
Underdog team for too long.
I know, but then with Miami.
Until I see otherwise.
With who?
I said, until I see otherwise, I'm at the roll with what I saw. They say no with Clemson. Until I see otherwise. I saw an aggressive Florida State team, and they dominated in every facet. Now, granted, Alabama's not Alabama past, but it shouldn't have been that.
Alabama's probably the Clemson of now.
Yeah, it should have been what we saw.
They're the Clemson of now. We ain't that much better. All of this, we ain't better than that. We are right there. And now, also a good thing, looking at college football on Saturday, ain't nobody really that good. I mean, think about it. The game of the day, Ohio State and Texas.
Well, 14-7.
If they continue to run the ball, they would have scored again. They just wanted to see whatever man they could do.
But that
wasn't an exciting game. None of the games, we have no legitimate. You know how I used to turn on just to see Genty maybe do something? There's nobody I want to turn on this year.
Well, I'll say like this here. I already knew Arch had too much hype to go into Ohio State. Not because I thought Ohio State was the better football team. I just knew Sark cannot coach in big games. We've seen that. That has been demonstrated. He cannot coach in big games. I'm very disappointed in Dabo, just from the standpoint, your defense did enough to win that football game. And your offense was basic as I don't know what.
Okay. Is that on offense or is that bad calling by Cade?
Both.
Is that on Gary Riley or that?
Because they're gonna make the excuse that you lost Antonio Williams. Doesn't matter. That didn't stop you. That didn't stop you.
Back in the day, 4 more 5 stars out there.
When we texted Saturday night while the game was going on, I was telling y'all, one of the things I hate about Clemson is their defense has no imagination. Everything is either throw to the flat or a crossing pattern in front of the linebackers, not deep crosses, in front of the linebackers. You're not going to win football games like that because if you're not stretching the field, I mean, and Clemson has threats. They have threats to go downfield.
Mm-hmm. All across the board.
Cade, man. Those plays are designed, like Dabo said, that was supposed to be a 50-yard touchdown.
Right.
He nuts up as soon as the snap and then go.
But here go the thing. Dabo, what are you going to do about it? Because you could have let Benza play if that was the case. But I know you wanted to showcase Cade because he's been there. He's 4 years. You know, he's supposedly got the tools to be a 5-star. But what I said, and I'm just going to be real about it, Cade Klubnik has zero swag. Zero. In order to win the national championship, no matter who you are, your quarterback has to have some swag. Okay? When Georgia won, Stetson Bennett, he had swag. But he also had a dominant team. All them championships Nick won at Alabama with no-name quarterbacks, he had swag. It ain't just Nick just started getting quarterbacks at Alabama when he got the Tua and Jalen Hurts and all of that. Nick wasn't getting, he was getting by with no-name fellas that used to be running backs. He put at quarterback. But you gotta execute, period. And the problem with Clemson is there's no way you should not have been hyped for that game. You playing a team that has the moniker that you have for their stadium. you should be highly, highly. I mean, this is the mega game. You 7:30. You supposed to be up for this. And for a half, looked like we were. But then in the second half, I'm like, but the defense can't stay on the field 40 minutes either now.
And he talking about they were 65. I went Brian Kelly. If they didn't take back that touchdown and they had another one, that could have ended up really being a damn blowout.
But honestly,
LSU
did not. LSU's defense played great, but LSU's offense was lacking.
And say that touchdown, we all agree was a touchdown. The score will be 24. We are missing 24 to 10. Cause I know you don't, but the problem is I gotta see. I'm with Kels. I go by what I saw and the results. The results of that game was LSU actually, when you go look at it, because I looked at it, LSU actually gained yards.
Well,
we caused
two
turnovers. They did.
But
caused 2 crucial turnovers because they were driving.
Well,
and one Earl Thomas hit in New England. What was the tight end name? In New England, when Earl Thomas ended Grump. When a 5'9" player destroyed somebody, when that corner did that, and the other one, but they were damn near about to score again. Go look at the yards. I'm like Brian Kelly. And also, Dabo, shut the hell up because you're going to probably play LSU in the playoffs.
Well,
no. I don't think there will be a next time.
No. Let me tell you why.
I bet on Brian Kelly right now before I bet on Dabo.
No, you can do that, but let me tell you, Brian Kelly.
Hey, I'm gonna do what I for results, T.
I say that
you just told me Brian Kelly can't coach. So logic says if A is less than B, but then A beats B, geometry. A is now greater than B because A has beaten B twice.
You're not doing Mr. Everett and you're not doing Miss Gunner trigonometry and geometry now. We're going to be real about this here now. Cade had the opportunity to go down there.
Did we lose him?
And go.
Kels, you still there?
I'm still here.
Yeah. Cade had the opportunity to go down here and score with a minute and something left in the game. Because his ineptitude, that could have kept the game going right there. But he's inept. And that is the pure sensation. But if you run in the same play over and over and over and over and over, that little swing pass out to the wide receiver, man, stop that.
Yeah.
Hey, LSU did it in the stretch during the game.
Well,
LSU did not stop it. It was gas.
Well, but see, the other part of that is also now I got a little mad with Allen about that because if you're gonna play 6 yards off, you giving me you doing the bunt set to the short side of the field, you giving me 5 yards. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay. But you gotta adjust to that kind of stuff. And here go the thing. LSU
and I think you just said it right there.
Will win game, but you know who came out of the game Saturday night feeling good? Georgia. Cause Kirby know. I ain't got no competition. Kirby know it.
Then that's why he was like that when he played us last year. We must, because if they handled us, like I said, logic dictates to me that we are third in that, and now we're dropping the 4th and 5th in that. Because really,
you are,
and that's what's disgusting about this. I was with you, T, that man Brian Kelly will coach himself out the game. Brian Kelly actually did a hell of a job in that game. And it ended up, like Tiff said, I wanted us to win, but for some reason, I knew this was going to happen the way it was. Just because they're back to Clemsoning again.
Well, they definitely that. I ain't gonna lie about that. They definitely back to Clemsoning. Now the question is, Clemsoning is still good enough to win the ACC. We already know that because if you watched Miami, Notre Dame quarterback played like crap. And you still needed a field goal to win the game at the end. So I already know Miami ain't what you think they is. Florida State, we have to wait and see just because I think it was more emotion more so than anything else for the game on Saturday. I don't see that. Let's talk about the other monster in the room, What in the world happened to North Carolina?
No talent.
Bruh,
That's exactly what it is.
bruh.
Yeah.
Your coach don't
And I don't
Belichick.
take that.
know,
Your coach don't
Belichick.
take
but
that.
they said Belichick overhauled the team though.
Your coach don't
That's
run.
the
Your,
that's the
your
scary
coach
part.
don't run the ball, pass the ball, or catch the ball. And what I saw
Mm-hmm.
was he schemed as best as he could that first drive, and then talent took over. They could not stay. TCU had athletes flying around. They could not stay with them, man.
Well, that's them Texas boys,
No.
man. You know how them Texas boys is. You know, I mean,
They had athletes that
it's
could stay
said
with them.
make big schools in Texas. You know what I mean? It ain't no lollipops. You know, you got to say make big schools in Texas. Now, my thing is, what's gonna get him fired is his chick coming down on the sideline. I ain't appreciate that. In the middle of the game, stay your ass where you need to be at, because this man here is hanging by a thread, because it is some people in North Carolina that is definitely upset with this hire now. And until I saw him on the
I
field,
think he want this to be his only year.
right. But the other thing is this, yeah. You know, he got all his sons and all his former coaches and everything there on that staff. Look here, North Carolina, North Carolina better show some improvement. If not, everybody is getting their offices swept out.
I don't think he wants to coach past this year. I think this is it anyway. I think this is Belichick's
Why
last
even
hurrah.
come, man? Because honestly, this was a job. This was a decent job. And honestly, looking at what you got coming up, the schedule is not good for them. Just because nobody, I'm gonna tell you a team nobody's talking about, but somebody need to pay attention, and especially after this week's game. Duke, Manny Diaz has a squad, okay, and you better pay him some attention, because if they beat Illinois this week, Duke is going to be a problem. Nobody's talking about them.
Duke Blue Devils.
The Blue Devils. I'm
I
telling
can't
you,
believe I said that out loud.
the Blue Devils.
Ugh.
Manny Diaz has a
Hate that
squad.
goddamn school.
All right. Let's talk about the Gamecocks.
I'm glad I went into Cameron Indoor with it. Made it better with North Carolina Grill, that ugly ass. Oh, I'm sorry. I had paused. I was talking about how much I hate Duke.
I know.
I loved I wore all North Carolina gear in that ugly ass stadium that they got. Because
yeah. If I ever go up there, I don't want to go to Dean Dome. I want to go to Carmichael. I want to go where the goat was. But anyway, Gamecock hype train went out. Everybody at Lenore's for Heisman. Lenore's had a pedestrian game on Sunday. He made a few decent plays
at the end.
but Virginia Tech is sorely lacking on all sides of the ball. So I don't want to read too much into it, and I know we're gonna get y'all hating on the game, because yes, I am. Just
they
because
made the game for 3 quarters. Though.
Oh, I do.
They made the game for 3 quarters.
Sign me up.
Just because I have no faith in Shane Beamer. Let's just be real with it. He won this game, but then again, he should have won this game. It shouldn't even have been as close as it was, just because, Virginia Tech is probably the 9th or 10th best team in the ACC.
That's bad.
And you struggled. You struggled. Without the punt return, this is a close game.
Exactly.
But also, I saw kinks in the armor on the other side, too. Now, I'm not saying that they still can't beat us with Lenore's left, Lenore's right, and Lenore's up the middle. But I did see some kinks.
Well, you don't have anybody to throw to but Nick Harbaugh. So that's one problem. You cannot run the football. That's not going to get better over the year. You have nothing at running back, and if you got to rely on Lenore's to get all your rushing yards, you putting him in a dangerous
situation. He's not going to make it through the year.
No. Not necessarily.
Yeah, he won't make it through the year.
Not the way, because honestly, Virginia Tech had them kind of bottled up into the third quarter. And like I say, Virginia Tech's defense is not. This is not the old Bud Foster defense from back in the 2000s and 90s. So honestly,
Elvis Duberville is not walking through that door.
No, Elvis Duberville is not walking through that door. No. The other thing about it is, if the Gamecocks have a decent year, I can actually envision Virginia Tech coming to get Shane. Shane is an excellent recruiter. I don't think it'll make a difference. But
They don't have the
Virginia
money to
Tech,
get you.
this is not Virginia Tech football. And
And
let
they
me
don't
tell
have
you
the money.
why it's not Virginia Tech football. You don't have any players from Hampton Roads, Norfolk, Tidewater. You know, when Virginia Tech was dominating the Big East and the ACC, you was getting all them fellas from around Richmond, Norfolk, Tidewater, Hampton Roads. You know, Unite. There's no Michael Vick walking through that door. There's no Marcus Vick walking through that door right now.
Oh, Marcus.
No Brian Randall. That I don't see anything Virginia Tech where it would excite me to be like, okay, Virginia Tech gonna be something you got to deal with. Now Miami will do like they normally will and fumble around and lose Virginia Tech like they normally do. It's either gonna be Virginia Tech or Boston College, one of the because that's Miami. I know how they roll. But I'm not going to, and this week game is not going to say anything because they playing South Carolina State. It's an in-state game. You know, it's good from a standpoint of making money. But I mean, you ain't gonna learn nothing this week about what the Gamecocks got. You barely learned anything about what they got last year. So I mean last week. So it's just gonna be difficult. Um, let's talk about Bama. What's wrong? Y'all still
I don't
there?
know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's cutting. Something there. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, mine's doing the same. But yeah,
It's too much talent to be losing. I know you.
it's just a big shoes to fill. But I don't know. I just they didn't have the effort. They just looked like a totally different team.
Well, I
No
sent
motivation,
y'all.
no pride in what they were doing.
Yeah, I sent y'all a video before we came on. Of one of the offensive linemen
Mhm.
from Florida State bowling over Alabama. Um, I want to say he was a DN. So,
Mhm.
uh,
Who did this thing?
huh?
Who did that? Who did that?
I don't know. That was Kelsey.
No, you said
Mhm.
somebody bowled over. Who did that?
Oh, that was the guy from Florida State bowled the guy over on
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, I thought I bet. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
I sent that video to y'all, and that was just pure effort. That's all that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
And I couldn't believe
it's
it.
not there.
No, it's not there at all. And then the other thing is the biggest part.
One of the things I saw with Texas, I know we jumping ahead, but one of the things I saw with Texas, I think Ryan Clark had a good take on Arch Manning. You know, nothing that he's done so far says he's a generational talent. You look at some of the players that came in. You know, Spencer Rattler was he was saying that Spencer Rattler was the starter for Oklahoma, and then another dude came in, things like that. So you know, we put Arch on these pedestals. He never went to any camps or anything like that. Yeah, he has a Manning last name, but think about it too. He was Quinn Ewers backup for what 2 years, and then you know
Is he a junior?
after
Yeah,
yeah he's junior. Yeah, he's junior.
Wait,
Yeah,
the Manning boy is a junior?
yeah.
yeah. Mhm. Well, I guess it's sophomore. I guess he classified sophomore because he sat out a year.
Well, he
Um,
technically is a junior, but he redshirt sophomore.
yeah, yeah.
But
Okay,
So he couldn't
like
win that starting job. Yeah.
well, a guy from Louisiana called in on Freddie and Harry the other day and said one of the problems with Arch is Arch played in 2A football in Louisiana.
He never played in the powerhouse. Never.
Right. 2A football is probably the equivalent. 2A football in Louisiana is probably the equivalent of our 1A here.
I would say I
Mm-hmm.
go pretty.
Nah, it ain't even. He played at a private school, so anytime
Oh, yeah.
anytime you play
Yeah.
at a private school, you're not playing top notch competition
And why didn't he go to these camps?
because he's his last
Because
name.
of that name. But I think they knew something because his granddad said something about it. They knew he wasn't that type of talent. I mean, yeah,
Well,
he
how you
comes from
get to
that
be a
pedigree,
five
but he's
star
not that
then?
talented.
Because
The name?
because of the last name, and then what everybody saw, he did win a state championship in Louisiana, but again,
At 2A.
it's 2A. It wasn't. I think
Exactly.
Louisiana got 6A. I think they go all the way up to 6A.
Yeah,
So,
they do.
but then it's just like when what was it was the other dude. He never played anybody good. You know, if you don't ever play anybody worth anything when you growing up, it's never going to amount to nothing. You got to play the best competition. You know, like all the cats that first round picks. I mean, they played at the big high schools. They played at Jinx. They played at Mater D. You know,
or even if they didn't, they went to the camps.
Right.
Ryan Leaf went to the camp. Deshaun went to the camp. Trevor went to the camp.
Right.
Tua went to the camp. So those guys, you if you want to call yourself the best, you got to play against the best and try to stand out. All those guys did. Ours never did any of that.
No, he didn't go to none of them camps.
Well, and I think this is the blueprint for now. I've seen Peyton's son throw the football. He ready. He throwing the football. He ready.
How tall is
he? 6'3". He still, but he only he freshman in high school.
freshman? Yeah.
He's still gonna grow because Peyton about 6'6", 6'7". So he's still gonna grow. So it's a long way to go. I think it was too much pressure, and then I think when he went to Texas, and I understand why he went to Texas because it was out of the spotlight. If he would went to Ole Miss, it was gonna be too much pressure. If he would have went to Tennessee, it was gonna be too much pressure.
Wait, that don't make sense, man.
Now Clemson was the number 2 school in his thought, but listen to that. Why I say that, the reason why I say that is because of the fact his name and playing in the legacy of his uncles and his granddad. If he would have went to Ole Miss, it'd been too much. If he would have went to Tennessee, it would have been too much. Now when originally he was supposed to come to Clemson, and it came down to, I don't know where Texas came in. I don't know how Texas slid in there because it actually came down to Georgia and Clemson.
Did we dodge the bullet?
Yeah, but then look at what we got though.
You dodged the bullet. While you dodged the bullet, you got stabbed.
Bro, we're not gonna win. We're not gonna win with Cade. I'm sorry. We'll make the playoff, but we're not going far. And I hate to dump on him like that, but bro, you've been in school for 4 years. You should be flawless in your execution.
Flawless.
Yeah. And I think that we got kind of used to that during the Deshaun and Trevor years, the earlier Trevor years.
And why won't he?
Even all the way back to Todd Boyd, though.
Through Deshaun, I don't think that.
Even all the way back to Todd Boyd.
He ran up against
until he didn't have to play Clowney, he was fine.
So you snapped Kelly Bryant early, right? So
he made Kelly Bryant because Trevor was there.
Yeah, I got that. Now, you got who is it? Vincenzo behind him?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him but once. I don't know if he's good or not. I've only seen him in a couple of plays.
He played last year against Syracuse. He looked very, very impressive.
So why not when he is doing, it's time. He got 2 more games, and it's time to pull him. He has that game right there. See, this is what.
But the schedule.
That bad performance right there is never going to leave anybody's mind. And I'm going to tell you why. The next time he's going to have to showcase will be in the playoff. And we'll probably lose. And he'll probably nut up again. And you have left a bad first impression, and you're going to leave a bad second impression. Lasting. There you go, Kel. A bad lasting impression. He, like I said, he's not a first. He won't be drafted in the first round after this. Ain't no damn way nobody taking what they saw, especially against big games. Playing Troy, playing NC. Whenever he's at a big game, he nuts up. So you're not protecting his first round status.
Whether a big game or not.
Yeah, and you're not protecting the first round status anymore. So snatch him soon so we can get him. Because the season to me, because I got these new, I developed these new expectations, it's kind of over for me.
Well,
so I want to see what we got.
Let me tell you. Next week,
to understand where we're going.
Next week is key because you play Georgia Tech in Atlanta. And typically, this is where we nut up when we go to Georgia Tech. And I think you are playing in Bobby Dodd. You're not playing in the dome this year, so I think it's at Bobby Dodd. After that, you got Syracuse, you got North Carolina, you got Boston College, you got SMU, you got Florida State is the first weekend in November. You play Louisville after that with Furman in South Carolina. So realistically, looking at it, you should be 11-1, realistically. But some stuff got to change, man. This is all it is to it. Some stuff got to change.
And I thought, I said I was with Dabo too. No, I said you that message. Yeah. No, I kind of believe that not having the transfer portal stuff, because I am a believer of an offensive line needs to grow up together. Because you got to, where.
Exactly.
But then I'm looking at all the teams that's winning. Florida State ain't nothing but transfers.
That's it.
Transfers. LSU transfers.
18 million.
All of these teams with a beaten out tail. Go ahead, Kels. My bad, dog. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying 18 million was spent at LSU.
I'll say like this. Now the dude they got from Purdue, he made big plays Saturday night. That was his first real big signee out of the transfer portal. That dude made plays Saturday night. But I'm gonna say with some of these schools that get transfers, it works for some, it don't work for all of them. And
Ohio State is rolling around with a transfer quarterback.
But the thing is it working for Ohio State? Because honestly,
we got that championship last year. Hell, I'd like to have that.
Well, honestly, Ohio State lost to a bad Michigan team last year. Let's just be real about this. Okay?
But they won the national championship.
They won the national championship because
give a damn
of
about
their
losing the season game.
But here go the thing. You lost 2 games last year. You lost to Oregon and you lost to Michigan. Okay?
And won the title.
I understand.
Don't leave that out though.
But when you actually look at but
vacuum.
Dave, we follow Big Ten football. Let's just be real about this here. Okay? Them the only 2 games you got. Okay? That's all you got.
But then they go to the playoffs and win every game and win the national championship.
Well, but the thing is, your path became easier when, I got to play Oregon again. You know for yourself, if you play a team early in the season, you got to turn around and play them again, you automatically know what they're going to do. Okay, so that was a disadvantage right there. Then the other part of it is, we knew you beat Oregon, you beat Tennessee, which was Tennessee was not good, okay? They got in, but Tennessee was not playoff epic ready.
But they were had a lot of injuries too by the time they got to the playoffs, didn't they?
Yeah, because everybody had got hurt. But the thing is, the spread football ain't gonna win you no championship. I'm sorry.
But Ohio State doesn't they run the ball.
But what I'm saying with Tennessee, with Tennessee,
they did fire and they did thunder and lightning. They had that boy that could go. And Dobbs just runs your ass over.
But the thing about them is if they had to play a different, it fell right for them last year. They felt disrespected when they lost to Michigan. You had no business losing to Michigan because this wasn't a good Michigan team. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. You felt
but that's a rivalry.
So you had to come back.
But you came back in the best possible way ever, T. You won the national champion. I can see you came back and you might have got out in the Final Four just doing some basketball. You not only came back, you hoisted the national champion. And right now, I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to say it. They will win another national championship before we will.
No, they won't.
Holler if you hear me.
No, they won't.
All right?
No, they won't.
How about us handshake bet right now? They will be in the Final Four this year, and we'll be our orange and white ass home at Death Valley.
Oh, we gonna be home. Ain't no doubt about that. Ain't we gonna be home? But they not winning the national championship. They not.
I can hate until I see results. And the results were you lost to Michigan, but you came back and did a Tim Tebow. This will be my worst day, and I will win.
Did you watch the game on Saturday?
We watched the whole game.
14 points.
Who cares?
On a bad
14 right there that they did. And the way they play defense, I think last year when they opened up, it's the same. See, that is a strong. You can do this, but you cannot take away that they lost to Michigan, but they lost the battle and won the war. I don't give a damn about losing the battle if I can win a war.
Okay, but
Everybody,
the
right
thing
now, my
is,
last battle
it ain't
was
gonna set
the
up. It ain't gonna set up like it did last year. It's not. You already know that.
Yes,
It's not gonna set up. Okay, because one thing Ryan Day has proved. Okay, yeah, he won the national championship, but that don't matter to them people in Ohio, bro.
Oh, it matters.
No, it don't.
Outside of
No, it
Irving,
don't. No, it don't. No, it
you
don't.
only got 3 national championships.
I got a friend of mine. I got a friend of mine.
That friend of yours is gonna be mad as hell. Ryan Day got a job for life. Until he's ready to leave.
No, he ain't. Look here. He eats them.
Hey, your friend must be talking to people he ain't know.
Kelsey know who it is.
National championship team.
Kelsey know who it is because he won in that. Look here. This is how I know it bothers them. They won the national championship last year, and he was actually muted. He just was like, "Okay, we won. That's great."
All right, firing him, man. You know, let me tell you something, T.
But no.
I have told.
Let me tell you. I have been in this rivalry for years.
He delivered y'all a trophy.
Dave.
No matter what you like
Dave,
about it or you don't like about it, he won.
I have been in this rivalry for years. Let me tell you something, okay? All them years, John Cooper was going 11-1, and that one was to Michigan. That's what got him fired.
Cooper never won the national championship team.
Okay. What to do before him? Urban. What made Urban what he was?
Give me this.
Urban was beating Michigan. That was more important than
so he beat Michigan. Ryan Day delivered the title to UT.
You come off this national championship. I'm telling you what I know, Dave. You come off this national championship.
And I'm telling you what I know.
You don't beat Michigan this year.
Like you. And I am telling you this right now. No matter what you try to do or say about the man, at the end of the day, like I told the old boy about his game, Cox, the hardware is the hardware. When I pull out my ring, you can talk to me all you want to. I just do this.
I'm telling you, it's different with them. It's different. I'm telling you.
Man, don't
up until the last 20 years.
You give me Jim
Tressel, let me explain. Let me explain to you.
Meyer, who won? Don't talk to me. Cooper was
up until the last 20 years, Dave. They didn't even care about the national championship. All they wanted to do was go to the Rose Bowl. That was the only thing they worried about.
See, that's different because they know football is now a national sport.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, Dave,
it was regional team.
Listen at me.
We had an AAC conference then.
Because you think about it like this here. Look at the teams. They beat a bad Tennessee. Did they not?
They beat them. Keep going.
But you beat a bad Tennessee.
They beat them.
Do you agree?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And we lost to a bad Texas team, I think.
Right. And then what did they do to Texas? They beat
what
Texas,
does that say?
right?
We lost and they won that championship.
They beat Notre Dame, who had no quarterback.
Okay.
So he won. It's not gonna line up for him like that this year. It's not.
I'm not saying he's going to win this year.
It's not going to line up for him. Because here's the key.
We will be looking at Taj Boyd, and they will be looking at a national championship.
No, they won't.
All right.
No, they won't. No,
all right, and in the Big Ten. We ain't got no money either. That's another thing.
This ain't even about money. This is the thing. They have a schedule where if you pay attention, they can lose some games. The thing is, they got a whole new revamp offense. Okay, if this offense don't improve, they ain't going nowhere. Because
until they lose,
Texas was not a true.
Okay, so anybody that give me a true contender for them. Then
there's nobody right now. Now everybody gonna say Penn State, but I'm not.
Yeah, you're not. So if you don't say State, looking through the rest of the Big Ten, you ain't seeing nobody.
But the thing is, okay, but this is the same thing they've been for 50 years. It's them in Michigan. That's all it's ever been.
But now they win the national championships.
They win the national championships now because the playoff allows them to do that.
Before, but they weren't getting there. They're winning though.
They not getting there.
What system you put me in, if I win, this is just like, and I gotta go. But I'm gonna tell you this. It leads off to me about is they quarterback enough? God damn it! If I won a Super Bowl, how they say, and your cousin too. Rolling on strips on Vogue, everybody can go to hell because I still got the hardware, and you still talking about. I had to easy schedule.
But this is the thing.
Let that happen.
This is the thing.
And I'm gonna do
if anybody thinks that he is golden right now because he just won that national championship, you are sadly mistaken.
I don't think he's golden. I think Ohio State is in a better position as a program than we are right now.
Anybody can see that, Dave.
Well, be good.
We have
That's what I'm
absolutely
saying.
nothing.
And if whether it's Ryan Day or not, okay, no matter what you say, T, you can shit on that man all you want. He won the national championship.
He
and
won the
Dad
national championship
did
last year.
impressive.
But
He threw it 12 yards over. We got a wide receiver at running back. We got a damn hell. And this is the alumni. I need to explain this to me. How come we got a wide receiver at running back?
Because he ain't recruiting.
No, it's because CJ Spiller.
CJ Spiller is the running back coach. Yes.
Yeah.
But I will say this here. When Clemson was dominant in the 2000s or whatever, Clemson was dominant because of the fact you had Chad Scott and you had your boy Elliott doing all the recruiting. And now you see the deficiencies of not having them doing the recruiting.
Yeah.
That is Clemson's biggest issue. Okay. And the thing is, you're getting locked in on certain players and you have no choice. Tell me why you in the fourth year of Cade Klubnik and you ain't got nobody in backup role that you feel like gonna take over. So that means you starting over from scratch next year, right?
Scratch.
True freshman. Either you gonna let Benza play or you coming true freshman. That when Clemson was rolling, they didn't have that problem. Now the offense and defensive lines are stout. Linebacker is stout. Sammy Brown played his behind off. But they in trouble, bro. And until he addressed that, that's gonna be the biggest problem.
And we got a corner that is not of a good color.
You said it, I didn't, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I changed him out on PlayStation because I already know he toasted.
Hey, T said he changed him out the place. I like it. He toasted,
bro.
You think about it.
Look here, as soon as I start playing, look here, you got to go to the bench, bro. I put you at the slot. You can't play boundary corner. I'm sorry. Nah. And you ain't even got to put no double move on him, bro. Bro. It don't work like that.
Hey, my son, who's the LSU fan, Donovan said, "Is he going to start?" He said, "Yeah, we got this game then."
And I don't understand why he's starting because you got Terrell and the other boy, number 20. Yeah. They should be your boundary.
Terrell's the one who caused the fumble.
Yeah. I mean, bro, look, I'm not being racist or whatever. I'm just being real about this here. It's just certain positions.
What do you call a person who's good at the piano? What do you call him?
A pianist.
A pianist. What do you call a person who can draw well?
An artist.
They love their craft. So am I racist because I love my people?
No, you just telling the truth.
I like what I'm around. I think that's a thing. And I don't care if they do too. Hell, be around who you with. Well, I just want to say when we add the IST to other words, it is to be a booster or an adjective.
Well, bro, I just be like this here. In my lifetime, it's only been about 2 corners that I know that been decent.
That's of the other
nationality.
Jason Sehorn.
And
yeah,
I gotta think now. It's hard to come up with that, bro.
I don't even know. It's like Peyton Hillis when he broke it back through for the other side for the running back coach.
Right. You can't look at, bro. It's hard to find. Look here. They made for safety. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Has always been. All right. So you finna go, bro?
Yeah, I got dropped.
All right. We just gonna go ahead and run through the schedule for the weekend. This is a bad weekend. So the biggest games, low key, upset alert Friday night, James Madison and Louisville. Louisville play around, they're gonna lose that game.
They'll lose that game. Yes.
You got Illinois and Duke. This is a statement game. If Duke wins this game, this puts a real damper on the Big Ten. Iowa State, that's always a 3-point game, no matter where you playing that game. So it'd be interesting to see that. SMU's first big game is against Baylor. So we'll see how that goes. Virginia Tech, NC State has their first game against first ACC game early in the year. Ohio State need to be shamed for playing Grambling. I know it's a money grab, but they ought to be shamed for paying Grambling. Have no need to pay Grambling. Okay.
They have a good halftime show.
Yeah, that's all it is. Oklahoma State and Oregon. Mike Gundy running his mouth. Oregon gonna put 90 on him.
Love to run his mouth, man.
He running his mouth. He talking about They got all the money. They ought to be that good, bro. Don't poke.
Man, go get that mullet cut off. Then you can talk to me.
Don't poke the bear, man. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Troy playing Clemson. We got the first SEC game, Ole Miss versus Kentucky. This is a repeat of last year's game where Kentucky upset Ole Miss in the Grove. So this is in Lexington. See how that goes. You got Kansas versus Missouri. This is a low-key good game. South Florida versus Florida. South Florida upset Boise State the first week.
Hey,
pay attention.
There's no
oh man, they can't.
Better pay attention, Billy.
I think the dude that I run with over here, he said, man, USF is that team, North Dakota State too, that you just don't want to play.
Look.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
I'm surprised he put them on the schedule because I'm like, I don't know about that one, bro. Again, South Carolina State is in Columbia Saturday night to play the game.
I'm gonna watch all of that 63-0 beatdown.
And then up in Charlotte, North Carolina is coming to Charlotte to play the 49ers. If Belichick lose this game, y'all, it's over.
What 49ers? The
Charlotte 49ers.
Charlotte 49ers, yeah.
Yeah. If Belichick lose this game, it's over, bro.
And he could lose that game.
And he could lose this game.
Yeah.
Yes, he could. Big game out west. Later on in the night is Arizona State, Mississippi State. The 7:30 game is Michigan versus Oklahoma. I don't know why, but it is what it is. ACC revenge game for Virginia Tech against Vanderbilt after losing to them last year. So that's where we are. Again, great show. College a little weak this week, so we'll be.
But it's still football, though.
It's still football, but
it's still football. But
the NFL is going to be king next week on the show. I'm quite sure we'll have a lot to say about the games this weekend. Looking forward to it, and also looking forward to. I think next week's college games are a whole lot better, so we'll see how that goes. But the NFL starts up tomorrow. Can the Cowboys pull it off?
Yes,
they can. But I hope they don't, because I don't want to hear that mess all weekend, bro.
So if that call is a coming.
I know my brother called me, and we going to the Super Bowl. That's all I need to hear.
That's all me too, T. That's all I hear.
Yeah.
We going if we buy a ticket.
Well, you the only one that say that.
Yeah, you're the only one that think like that. The rest of our friends, when they say they going to the Super Bowl,
when they say they going to the Super Bowl, they talking about going to the Super Bowl, man. But let me tell you, and I put this in the text. My Aunt Gloria is furious with Jerry Jones, and she is the diehardest.
I meant to say something about that. I was working.
Bruh,
I can't believe
furious.
I can't believe Barney saying something about that, man.
Yeah, she is furious with Jerry right now. She is like, I'm done. She said, I didn't put up with the mess for long and long and long. She said, now I am completely done because he didn't have to do that.
But he did. He really did. But he did.
Right.
Because he could.
So
you can do this if we on the team. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you get that from her,
I know.
She done.
Hell, that is that because she's probably the biggest diehard Cowboy fan that I know, even before Skeet now, because she was before Skeet now.
Yeah, well, you think about it like this here. The 1 in 15, she was right there. 1 in 15.
I was too. I was there.
She been Cowboy fan, since I've been in this world. So it ain't like this little bandwagon jumper. She has been a Cowboy fan for years and years and years. And when she said this in church last Sunday, I am done. I said,
And you say it in church, that mean you mean it.
Oh yeah.
And Kels, I jumped off the bandwagon before the 1 in 15 season. I jumped off the bandwagon. See, I knew this was gonna be like this because I jumped off the bandwagon when he bought the team. And fired Tom.
Well, when he fired Tom Landry,
we got rid of Jimmy.
Yeah,
I stayed, but when he got rid of Jimmy, I had 1 foot out.
Yeah.
And I wanted would have survived Tom Landry. They traded TD.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. I was out. Man, that was it for me.
For our generation, Tony Dorsett and Franco Harris was the running backs. That you either woke, if you played running back, you wore 32 or 33. That's all you wore. It wasn't nothing else. So that kind of killed it. Because everybody know when you played quarterback back in the day, you wore 12. So you wore it for Bradshaw, you wore it for Starbuck. That's how it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, fellas.
All
Great
right.
show. We'll get together next week. As always, we'll be texting all weekend, so we'll be into it. Thank y'all.
Oh, we hot heavy tomorrow night. Yeah. Cowboys.
Oh yeah,
win.
yeah. Oh yeah, we'll be texting tomorrow night for sure. Because as soon as Dak throw one, I know you gonna call. I can hear you now. There you go. He didn't start.
I might throw a 300. I'm gonna throw a 300 tomorrow night.
Hey, there you go. And drink about 8 Four Locos.
I'm gonna learn how to play. I'm
man.
gonna learn how to play Prize Picks so that I can get Kyler for Sunday because I see 400 and 100 coming. I see 400 and 100 coming, man.
Yeah, it's a scrimmage for him.
What Moses Malone said? 4.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Y'all peace.
All right, y'all. Yeah.
Y'all be good. Have a good week.
Yes, sir.
All right.